It's still very early to say that it's better than Gen 2. It's clearly not. Gen 2 does real good generations. But I think this is a great alternative to Gen 2 overall. Gen 2 was the only video generation tool as far as I know, but this is getting really, really close and really, really good. The last time around when I tried using Pika, I was in the waitlist and I wasn't really able to use it. But I finally got access to Pika, and these are some of the generations that I can now find on the platform. You can see all of these were generated using Pika. Some of these generations, like say this one, had a video input. This one too had a video input. And these ones were generated using a prompt. This one too had a video input, as you can see here. And this one too had a video input. This one had a prompt, and the prompt, I tried a couple of generations. This one had a video input, this one had no video input, and this looks very good. Let me just zoom in a bit. You can see the prompt was just copied from one of the samples, and this is what was generated from the very scratch. So that was the only context that was provided. And this one too was a prompt that I added without any video. So broadly, the platform is similar to the Gen 2 from Runway. First, you can start with a prompt. Second, you can use image or a video. And then you have a couple of options with respect to the video sizing here. So if you want 9:16, 16:9, 1:1, 5:2, and so on and so forth. You also have options for motion control. So let's say you want to do a zoom in of sorts in your image or the video or the generation, then you can select options like those here. You can see zoom in, zoom out, and then you can deselect as well. If you want your image to pan on the right side, you can select this one. If you want it to be on the left side, this one. If you want it to tilt and rotate, and there are a bunch of options that you can choose from. From the parameter standpoint, you can add negative prompts. Negative prompts will basically enable you to filter out bad things from the image. So let's say dislocated arms or bad eyes and so on and so forth. So if you've been watching or following AI in any capacity, you know what this means, right? Regardless, let's just quickly go and try and do one generation. Let's say this one looks pretty cool. So I'm just gonna copy this prompt and I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna quickly make some modification. So I changed the prompt from DC style to a more cartoon style, a superhero in the middle of the mountains, lightning in the foreground, and low angle dolly in shot. Obviously this makes no sense, but let's see what kind of generation we can come up with. So you can see once you kind of go ahead and push this out, you will see the generation will appear here with the success bar with respect to how long it will take for you to generate. But in the meantime, I can explore other generations here. So you can see this was again directly generated from prompt. And effectively what I think or how it works is it basically generates the image, and then from that image it will generate multiple frames, and then from those multiple frames it will kind of put together the whole video. In most cases you can see the video input ones have a good output. Like this one looks great because I'm assuming there was some sort of panning the user had provided. Let me just go ahead and also add one more option here with respect to panning. So let's see if that makes any difference. Initially when Gen 2 came out from Runway, the generation seconds was again 3 seconds. Regardless, one of the generations is ready and we can just quickly take a look. You can see this is okay. This is not groundbreaking or similar to the ones that we might have seen in the tutorials. Effectively what is happening is that it's generating a bunch of frames, putting together those frames to form a video of sorts. But again, like if I'm looking at this from the perspective of a new user, I will definitely kind of go ahead and figure out this was generated by AI. So from the standpoint of the demo that at least I saw, it's not there yet. Maybe it's getting there, or maybe the next version of Pika will get there, or maybe my prompting is incorrect. Regardless, what you can do if you like certain generations, so let's say I like this one, you have an option to add more seconds to the video itself. So let's say I add 4 more seconds, in which case it will extend the duration of the video per se. You can see when you select add 4 seconds, it will appear here, and then then there is like a tag of sorts that says we are adding 4 more seconds. And this time let's control the motion and move it to the right side and see what we get as the output. This is where we added the pan feature for the moment, and you can see now there is some movement in the image. So from the image being on the left side, it's now slowly moving to the right side of the video, which wasn't the case earlier when it was just static. You can see in this video we added no pan, and then there is no motion in the video itself. Since we are generating one more version of this image, we did add some more pan to the image, and let's see post the pan itself if there is any sort of movement in the image. You can see as you add more seconds, the video generation takes longer than before. So you can see the video is now 7 seconds long, and the motion is to the right side of the video, and it's looking way more realistic. Now the next motion that we're adding to the same video and making it longer is that we're making it rightwards, downwards, and adding 4 more seconds. So let's see after the generation how the video. You can see the new video is ready. Let's just quickly take a look at it. And so you can see we've added like 8 seconds now, and it's panning on the right side slowly. We've also added pan to the bottom, and something weird happened near the end of that video. Well, let's see if we can add more seconds, and I think post that we'll just upscale and download the video, because I'm interested what happened near the end of the video itself. So you can see as the video progresses, there's something on the right side that comes up. I want to know what that is and where the image goes once we add 5 more seconds to the video. And the final video is now generated. You can see this is still 12 seconds and it's not adding, I think, more than that from this point. But you can see it's panning on the right side now slowly, and then there is something that's forming on the right here. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool overall, right? So you can see we cannot add any more seconds to the video, but we can upscale. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly upscale and then download the video. There are 2 more things you can do. So basically you can modify specific regions of the video itself. So let's say you want to only have motion in this area, you can use the modify region option in order to select area and then regenerate this video with that specific area, as you know, with the motion itself. And then there's the second option where you can expand the canvas, which is similar to what Midjourney and or Gen 2 also do. Again, there are options with respect to how you'd want the video to stretch across the screen. So if there's something, if you have a specific size in mind, it's still very early to say that it's better than Gen 2. It's clearly not. Gen 2 does real good generations. But I think this is a great alternative to Gen 2 overall. Gen 2 was the only video generation tool as far as I know, but this is getting really, really close and really, really good. So I'm really excited for this one, and I'll keep you guys posted on it. I'll see you guys in the next one.